Breaking news. Breaking news. These fucking muzzles are back. Let's go.
Will actually happen. Today, in August of 2023, you have colleges reinstituting their COVID mandates. You have over 100 schools putting in place vaccine mandates. You have a major Hollywood studio bringing back mask mandates, contact tracing, and even mandatory COVID tests. You have the federal government buying up brand new COVID supplies in bulk, hiring advisors, and investing over $1 billion into new vaccines. And all the while, you have the media in this country dutifully justifying all these actions as necessary to stave off another COVID outbreak. As an example of what this actually looks like in practice, let's look at the case of Morris Brown College over in Georgia. They recently sent out this notice right here informing students and staff members about the return of these COVID mandates.
Everybody should stop going to
Because in the
school.
notice, they made it clear
Fuck that
that
shit.
these are just
Don't go
temporary
back.
measures that are being
Don't go
put into
back.
place
You got the
for only
mandates.
14
Fuck it.
days.
Don't go back.
Here's specifically what it says. Quote,
Don't go back.
effective immediately, Morris Brown College
Fuck all
has
the
reinstated
bullshit.
its
Don't go back.
COVID-19 mask mandate due to reports of positive cases among students in the Atlanta
Don't go
University
back.
Center. Over the next 14 days, the following protocols will be in place. 1. Mask wear. All students and employees are required to wear face masks, although they were kind enough to allow staff members to remove the masks if they were alone in their own office. Secondly, students must maintain physical distance, I assume 6 feet at least. Thirdly, parties and large student gatherings have been suspended. Fourthly, isolation and quarantine measures are back for anyone who has symptoms
He's
of
trying to
COVID.
isolate us again so Joe Biden can try to win that
Comply
fucking
with
race
all
again.
contact
Stay in
tracing
that fucking
measures that are
home, getting
implemented by the
80 million
school.
votes from that
6,
home.
students and
That's
staff
some
will both have
bullshit.
their temperatures checked upon arriving on campus. And 7, everyone is expected to use hand sanitizer at all times. But again, don't worry, because as this notice makes clear, all these different measures are only being put into place for the next 14 days, just to slow the spread. And so the students can be sure that in 2 weeks' time, everything will go back to normal.
Oh, that's the old
And
shit.
it's also worth noting that this college in Georgia isn't alone. Schools such as Rutgers and Georgetown University still require masks to be worn indoors. Furthermore, according to No College Mandates, which is a group that tracks COVID policies in higher education throughout the country, they found that there are still over 100 schools across the nation which require students to be vaccinated in order to attend in-person classes. However, it's worth noting also bringing back the mandates. For instance, you have Lionsgate, which is a major Hollywood studio behind movies such as The Hunger Games, John Wick, The Day After Tomorrow, among many, many, many others. And after several of their employees tested positive for COVID, the executives at Lionsgate decided to bring back the mandates. Here was what an internal email that was obtained from within the company by a media outlet called Deadline. Here's what that internal email said. Quote, employees must wear a medical grade face cover, either a surgical mask, KN95 or N95.
Man, fuck you, bitch. Them masks don't fucking work. Them masks are a waste of fucking money.
At their desk or workstation, or if they are the only individual present in a large
You assholes know that shit make
in
money.
another throwback to the early years of the pandemic, every Lionsgate employee is required to perform a daily self-screening prior to coming to the office each day and must notify the COVID response manager and stay home if exhibiting any symptoms or have traveled internationally in the last 10 days. The latter would impact a number of people coming in the middle of the summer vacation season. Lionsgate also is conducting contact tracing and providing at-home COVID test kits upon request. Imagine coming back from your summer vacation in the year 2023 only to find out that your company has reinstated all of their COVID mandates. Regardless, it's not even just the schools and just the businesses. Governments, both local and federal, well, they're gearing up for a supposed resurgence of COVID. For instance, in a public message, the Los Angeles Public Health Agency, they officially recommended that quote-unquote higher-risk residents need to wear masks. Citing an increasing number of COVID cases, the LA County Health Agency, they suggested people to wear masks, and then they added this, quote, to reduce risks, especially as transmission of the virus is increasing, the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health asks those more vulnerable to take precautions to reduce potential exposures. As fall approaches, all residents are encouraged to ask their healthcare provider what vaccines they should get to protect against COVID-19. The FDA and the CDC are slated to consider authorizing a new COVID-19 vaccine next month. And speaking of that seventh booster, just yesterday, the Biden administration announced a new $1.4 billion federal investment in developing the so-called next generation of COVID vaccines and treatments. Specifically, it was Mr. Javier Becerra, the current Secretary of Health and Human Services, it was him who made the announcement, adding that this funding was part of a larger $5 billion COVID-related program. Here's specifically what he said, again, just yesterday, quote, "This is an investment in expanding our country's ability to respond to the future variants that we might see.
It's about making money, man.
It's an investment in better protecting lives that don't respond well to the existing vaccines." And just like Operation Warp Speed before it, this new initiative also has a clever name. It's called Project Next Gen, and here's how the money will be allocated. $1 billion of the dollars will be put towards 4 different Phase 2B clinical trial studies on a COVID-19 vaccine. Then another $326 million will go to Regeneron for a monoclonal antibody. And then another $100 million will go to Global Health Investment Corp, which, just for reference, is a, quote, nonprofit organization that is managing an investment portfolio known as BARDA Ventures, referring to the federal agency called Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, BARDA. The portfolio should expand investments in new technologies that will accelerate responses in the future. And so, in total, you have $1 billion going towards the development of new vaccines, $300 million for more monoclonal antibodies, and then another cool $100 million for new technologies to help accelerate the future COVID response. Furthermore, besides this recently announced package, we have Ms. Natalie Winters, a reporter with the War Room, recently uncovered
all the fucking up that they did. We gonna reward them with more fucking money. Are we really this fucking stupid?
COVID-19 equipment and hiring advisors on quote-unquote safety
God
protocols.
damn!
The unearned government contracts were
Don't get no fucking stupider than this.
Millions in taxpayer funds being used to purchase COVID-19 equipment such as test kits. Some of the contracts, which are traceable via the federal government spending database, are even scheduled to begin in future months, such as September and October. The Department of Defense, for example, gave Hologic Sales and Service LLC
after all the fucked up shit that the CDC did, you mean tell me we're gonna give these assholes more money?
However, this all gets even wilder, which we'll get into right after I introduce the sponsor of today's episode by showing you this little piece of money. Or rather, I should say that this is fake money being printed into oblivion by those geniuses over in Washington, D.C. And so before they completely obliterate your life savings, what I recommend you do is to convert that fake money into real money, which is physical gold and silver. And the best company to use is the sponsor of today's episode, American Hartford Gold, who also happens to be my own personal gold and silver bullion dealer. They have thousands of other 5-star ratings across the country. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They ship quickly, directly to your doorstep. Their product listings are awesome. They're stacked with great options of gold and silver bullion and coins, and they have amazing customer service. When you pick up the phone and call them, you feel good knowing you support a company that supports the truth getting out into the wider American audience. And so calling them up is a no-brainer. But best of all, if you tell them that Roman sent you, they will throw in up to $5,000 worth of free silver with your first purchase. It's 866-242-2352, or you can simply text the word Roman. Of course, all their details will be down in the description box below. And now, let's head back to the studio. Meaning that the federal government is gearing up for a supposed resurgence of COVID. And the best part is that the media is, once again, laying the groundwork ahead of winter. For instance, here is a short segment from NBC News, and as you're watching it,
fuck
you
NBC
see the way that
News.
the producers of that particular program decided to frame the entire issue.
COVID is making a comeback this summer,
Bunch
so
of
many of us
fucking
would like to
bullshit.
leave it in the past, but cases are once again on the rise. So when will new booster shots roll out? Ann Thompson asked the CDC director.
This summer, most Americans left COVID in the past, gathering together once again mask-free. But tonight, signs of a
It's
COVID
fuck y'all, bitch.
resurgence.
We already know the fucking masks don't fucking work.
Hospitalizations jumped more than 14% in the most recent week, but far lower than pandemic levels. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel.
What's behind this uptick in COVID that we're seeing?
The main driver of this is a variant that's relatively newer to the scene, EG5. It's
Hey,
easier
shut the
to get
fuck
in,
up.
so that makes it kind of easier to pass
Y'all
along.
make money off all this
It's been almost a year
bullshit.
since the last COVID booster came out. CDC
You some
Director
stupid
Dr.
fucking
Matt
guinea pigs to
Cohen.
these
The new COVID
assholes.
booster is expected
expected to be approved by the FDA, and then we will make recommendations from the CDC probably by the second or third week of September.
Will it protect against this new strain?
Yes, the booster is tailored to what we are seeing circulating now.
Critics say the federal government is behind once again. People knew there was going to be a COVID resurgence. So why don't we have a booster today? Why do we have to wait until next month?
The way we go about doing our, just like we do with our flu shots, right? We make sure that we're looking at the ways in which the virus changed. They look at and evaluate that.
They ain't saying nothing about they look at the efficacy on if the motherfucker can hurt
COVID
or help
shot,
more
just
than
like
it
the flu
hurts.
shot.
Just so until the new COVID booster comes, get prepared. Stock up on at-home tests. They do cover that new strain. Keep a mask handy in case you're in a crowded place. And most of all, get your shots. COVID, flu, and RSV all by Halloween to give yourself your best chance.
Hey, shut the fuck up, you lying motherfuckers, you.
And so, taken as a whole, we're seeing colleges and businesses reinstitute their COVID and vaccine mandates. We're seeing the government buying up supplies, hiring advisors, and investing in technologies in order to help accelerate future COVID response. And then we're seeing the media run these different segments on how all this is normal and justified, given the rising of this upcoming winter.
Boy, this some bullshit. Oh, y'all just don't know how much I just don't like the way they're doing us, treating us like human guinea pigs. And there's nothing that we can do about it because there's nobody that we can tell about it to. That's the fucked up part that I feel. The legal system, it was never meant for brown men and women. Now the legal system ain't meant for nobody, don't have no fucking money. Everything is about money, being able to navigate through shit, because with money you have the resources to get shit done. Oh, but that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Ronso Jones get straight. That's your ass. Because I already know what I need to do. And as soon as I get some money, legal aid before, it's going to do what it do, baby. It's going to show you. I ain't playing creative. I'm trying to told you. No limit soldier. I thought I told you. But once again, it is what it is. And I'm just so disappointed in us. Literally. Brown men and women, women and men. I'm so disappointed in you. Born a winner. 100%. You're supposed to know better in order to do better. In order. Natural. In order. You should know. You. Naturally, you should know. In order. You should know what to do. Every time I think about it, I say, damn. How can we live there and fuck up so bad dealing with these elite assholes? I just want to know how. How do we fuck up so bad dealing with these elite assholes? I know we're not this gullible. I know we have way more common sense than this. Because I know the truth that's in you already. To the point where I can explain to you the truth that's in you. It's the same that's in me. It makes us all equal. You just don't use it. The mind that matters is all that matters. And that's what's in all of us. The creator within the creation. You're never alone. You should be thinking 24/7 just as well you should be thanking the creator for being able to think at all. Because these elite assholes, these ones that's sticking us with all this poison and shit, they don't want you thinking at all. They don't want you knowing the mind that matters. They don't want you knowing the love that's loving you from the inside out. They don't want you to know that natural order to be in is you need to always be thinking 24/7. To know that people lie, the numbers don't. And when you do your math for yourself, you can see the 0, 1. The circle being a beginning with no ending, and each and every one of us individually, being the one. Great part about it is, in order for you to know who you are, you gotta know who they're trying to teach you to be first. I'm just saying. I'm Mr. Bass 48. It ain't no game.